Fantastic hey San Francisco, the city by the bay. Make sure you've watched the previous 2 episodes. In the first one, we built this quarter. In the second one, we added this part over here. Today, we'll add this part here, including the ferry terminal. But first, something different. See, we've been building Minecraft version 1.12 so far. At the time of recording this video, the newest version is version 1.21 though. So we really should update, also to get all those new blocks and to be able to use a new mod. The Axiom mod. It's an extremely powerful building mod and we will need it for all kinds of stuff. So let's get our world into the present. I've also decided to switch from a flat world to a normal world to have a nicer surrounding. And we already run into a problem. Yeah, we haven't really started yet, but yeah, here it is. Well, San Francisco mainly consists of streets going north from Market Street and streets going southeast. But the Embarcadero is something very special. It isn't just a straight street, in fact it's following the coastline of San Francisco, making its accurate construction extremely difficult. We must be very careful now, because if we mess up, we will have a lot of problems later. For this episode, we will only care about this part of the Embarcadero. As you can see, it splits into 2 parts and has this area for pedestrians within it. They also have 2 fountains, but that won't be part of today's episode. Now, when you're not looking precise, you might assume these stripes over here have the same angle as Market Street, but no, that's not the case. This is going to be more of a problem than you might think. So how do we ensure to have the right angle? Well, we'll see. First however, we're gonna build this road. Now in version 1.12 I would have used world edit and the //cell convex and //curve command. And tried all kinds of variations until I got one which fit. That would be so much annoying and extremely time consuming too. But we have Axiom now. There we can use the path tool to generate and adjust curves extremely easy. But that's not all. We can use a specific pattern and create a curve out of that. That's an extremely powerful tool and really important for building streets. As we know by now, the roads are splitting and this one will be above the other one. But before they split, they have always the same distance between them. So let's build this part and stretch it temporarily also over here. I think it's time to add this area. To ensure we are using the correct angle, well, we simply can use basic trigonometry, but we'll have a different problem very soon. Anyhow, with that we have this area built, but the shape is nowhere near correct. Let's fix that. Towards the straight street it's pretty easy to cut it in shape. But towards the curvy one, we need Axiom again. Now, here's the thing. I messed up. Yeah, well, I messed up. This road isn't 100% correct. So how can we ensure it being precise? Well, the technique I'm going to use is following one. We head over to Google Earth and measure the distance between specific points on this building towards this area. The angle will be the same as the one of Market Street. When we have these points, we need them also on the other side. Therefore, we make a line from here downwards and mirror every point. Therefore, we can't use world edit or Axiom, as the angle is very weird. So we flip this line and measure the length. Finally, we can simply connect them and get this beautiful curve. Let's also add an improved street next to this curve. By the way, what's nicer in your opinion? Light grey streets, or black streets? Tell me in the comments below. Above these streets, we also add a walkway with their greenery. And with this, we are not done with this area. Yeah, there are still many things missing, but we laid the foundation for the next episode. However, there's one more thing I want to start building today, and that's the ferry building. It's one of the major sites you must visit when going to San Francisco. As the name already points out, it was once used as ferry terminal. Nowadays, it houses many shops and restaurants. Most notable feature of this building is its majestic clock tower. As always, we start with the ground floor. Yes, we don't start with the spire. That would be funny though. Now this done, we build up. We won't build this side yet though, because there's a lot going on as fares are arriving and departing from here. The top is of a very dark color. I think deep slate fits best therefore. The last thing for today is the clock tower. This one is more difficult to build than expected. I built it exactly the way as it is in real life, but yeah, it doesn't look like it, right? Yeah, it looks very weird and especially ugly and terrible. Let's change that. Okay, I'm happier with this version. Anyhow, here we are. We couldn't entirely finish this area. Let's continue there in the next one. Until then, make sure to check out one of my other projects, such as Survival City, where, yeah, I built a city in survival. I haven't figured out a proper name therefore. So yeah, all I have to say is keep building and bye bye.